Welcome, you who have decided to continue this journey with us. You must know that not everyone will continue with us, some may grow bored. But rest assured, if you apply this, your life will also change. Let us continue our journey now. After reading the book and while searching on my phone, which cost only about $80, I came across information worth a fortune. I searched Google and found that the Pharaohs were the first to use the law of attraction. They were known for mastering and controlling it perfectly. They used it to keep their pharaohs and kings at the top, while the servants and slaves remained poor forever because they did not know the secret. In short, they used it to preserve the class structure and prevent mixing. I remained sitting, reading the book and wondered, is this really true, or are they just joking with us? But I absolutely had to try it. I read in the book that to move to the practical application, you must start with something small. Why? To build conviction within your core. And this point returns us to the verse mentioned in the Quran, and it was incumbent upon us to support the believers. If you believe in something, trust me, it will happen. I started thinking and concluded, what do I need now? Well, I will try to attract a job, as I need one. But work is a big thing. Let me try something small, a cup of coffee, for example. I started applying the exercises in that book right then and there, unaware of the incredible impact of what I was doing. I sat down, closed my eyes, looking like a madman. I began to imagine myself holding the cup of coffee in my hand, sipping it, feeling its taste in my mouth. I felt the chair I was sitting on in the cafe, and I even tried to imagine its smell. Within me, the feeling that I had drunk the coffee and finished was generated. And most importantly, I expressed my gratitude to the divine for the coffee he had given me. After that, I took my phone, forgot about the incident, and went to sleep. The next day passed as a normal Sunday, except I was in a devastating psychological state, just sitting still and doing nothing. Suddenly, I heard a knock at the door. As soon as I opened it, I saw a young man from our neighborhood. This guy had been living abroad and had just returned. He hugged me and started crying, and I started crying too, because he loved my parents and siblings dearly. I don't know where he heard the news, most likely from his parents. "You are living alone now?" he asked. "Yes, come in," I replied. We went in and sat for 5 minutes, then he confessed, "I can't sit here. I keep imagining your parents sitting here. You know, because they were kind and jovial." Then he suggested, "Let's go to the cafe." The moment he said that, I was shocked. I thought to myself, is this actually happening? I put on my clothes and went with him to the cafe. It can't be. This was the exact cafe I had imagined in my mind, the same one we sat in, the same chair I had imagined, and the same cup of coffee. This is where I knew this was not nonsense. I knew that since I could attract something small, I could attract bigger and bigger things. But before all this, I didn't have a strong belief in it. I needed to believe in it more and confirm if it was real or not. Amin kept talking to me, telling me about his adventures abroad, the girls, the late nights, and so on, thinking he was trying to cheer me up with his good intentions. But inside my head, only one thing bothered me. I wanted to know the people who knew this law of attraction and applied it well in their lives. While I was thinking, Amin interrupted me and asked, "Have you ever heard of the law of attraction?" Unbelievable. I felt a tremor in my legs. What was happening? My mind couldn't comprehend it. I felt as if what I was thinking was manifesting. What is this law of attraction? I questioned. I pretended I knew nothing. He replied, "Buddy, I'm going to tell you a story that will blow your mind. The gist, in short, is that whatever you think about happens to you. Is it that easy?" I challenged. He mused, "Almost. Then why doesn't what they think about happen to everyone? I asked skeptically. He affirmed, no, what they think about does happen. If you notice, people only think about what they don't want, and what they want, they only think about a small percentage of the time. He urged, let me tell you this story. I said, go on, sir. He confessed, since I was little, I wanted to enter a relationship with my teacher. I was obsessed with this scenario happening. Was this teacher who taught you that beautiful? I inquired. He clarified, no, but I just wanted to be in a relationship with my teacher, that's all. I wasn't specifying which teacher exactly. I just liked this fantasy. How long have you been thinking about this? I pressed. He continued, I wasn't just thinking about it, I was feeling it. I was acting as if I was already in a relationship with my teacher. But I didn't know the face exactly, like I couldn't see it. When did it happen? I insisted. He revealed, a long time ago. Now I went to study abroad, and in the second year, I got into a relationship with my English teacher. I held my head and exclaimed, no way, buddy. If you know this law works, why did you use it for something we could call unethical? He shot back, who told you it's unethical? We don't do anything wrong, and we respect each other. And what's more, I proposed to her, buddy, and we are getting married soon. What nonsense are you talking about, buddy? I shouted. He maintained, exactly. Now that you know this law works, why didn't you decide to use it for other things? Anything, like having a lot of money or a fantastic phone. I demanded. He stopped me, wait. Speaking of the phone, my brother, don't tell me that this phone in your hand right now wasn't something you imagined before you bought it. I said, honestly, you're right. Anything you own now, you were imagining it. Let's give another example. That car you see outside, before it came into existence, where was it? I said, it was in the factory. He corrected me firmly, no, buddy, before it was in the factory, before they even decided to bring it into reality, where was it? I said, I don't know. He concluded, it was in the imagination of the engineer who designed it. Here, I leaned back and kept staring at him. I stated, this person understands the law of attraction very well. I asked him, where did you learn this? He confessed, honestly, it's a science that requires a lot of effort. That's why you see people who have achieved something in their lives. The 10 richest people in the world, for example, Elon Musk. He does things that are mind-boggling, and he was poor and of African descent, but look at him now. He is the richest person in the world. Now, why don't these people share this with everyone? I wondered aloud. He explained, they don't have the time to keep publishing this with people. The knowledge of the law of attraction is available, buddy. I asked, where did you find it? He revealed, first, I watched a movie called The Secret, and when I saw it, I decided to delve deeper into it. Go on, I urged. He admitted, but I couldn't delve deeper because I had many commitments in my life. But this law will make things much easier for you. I challenged. He agreed, exactly. I don't know what is still holding me back, but what I can tell you is that this law is called the law of God in the universe. Who gave it this name? I inquired. He declared, the Pharaohs named it. They used this law extensively and mastered it perfectly. Where did you get this information? I asked curiously. He recounted, in a class at my school, they decided to take us on an exploration trip to the pyramids in Egypt. Do you know that the plane going from America toward Egypt was like a time machine taking you back? Continue, buddy, stop joking, I chuckled. He resumed, anyway, when we arrived, This trip was a big reason for the start of my relationship with Isabel, who is my teacher and will soon be my wife. When we went to the pyramids, there were many people taking pictures. And there was one man acting like a madman. How like a madman? I questioned. He described, like he was sitting alone and talking only to himself. I went up to him and just listened. He kept repeating one sentence. What was it? I pressed. He confided, that sentence left me completely bewildered. Quickly, buddy, you've got me curious. What was it? I demanded. He concluded, he was saying, I don't know the source of this law, and I don't know the source of this power, but what I am certain of is that it exists. If you have reached this far, know that you are one of the distinguished people and one of those who benefit greatly, and who will benefit from this story tremendously. Trust me, a breakthrough will happen in your life. Don't forget that this is a very long journey, and we still have many parts where we will discover many things. This story will make you travel, we can say, to the future, and then it will bring you back to your place when you finish and remove your headphones. Don't forget to share this story with your friends so they can know this secret too. This was the Ciphered Path.